says De Torrente, which is the title of what we're singing. We're playing on a couple of themes here with this song. There's the Latin text, yeah? Here on the upper left, and then a literal translation. From the brook by the road, he drinks, therefore he shall lift up his head. Or another more common translation, he shall drink of the brook in the way, therefore he shall lift up his head. But I wanted to play on this a little bit and apply it to this Toulouse-Lautrec piece, which is called The Hangover. And it's actually a sort of a biographical work. It's a painting of someone who was working in this circle named Suzanne Valjean. One of the first female painters in this circle. She had a very tumultuous, several very tumultuous love affairs. She was eclipsed by her son, who was also a painter. And so we're sort of exploring the role of the female in a predominantly male universe. Literally, in this song that we're singing, torrent means a brook or a stream or a river. But how can we also think of that as an outpouring of emotion, right? Or bottled up angst. And then we're also looking at this other word, exaltabit, which is in the original. What about exalt, right? To hold something in a very high regard. And so I came up with a more original translation that might be more helpful in looking at this work. And you'll see right down here, it says, consider another translation. From the torrent along the way, she is drinking. She does happen to be drinking. But for that reason, she will dignify herself. But how can we also not look at her literally drinking, but drinking from this torrent of experience and subjugation, emotion, slight, right, within her own experience and subjectivity as a female? And how is she biographically trying to work her way into a higher position in life and trying to bring more esteem to herself in this art world? What are your ideas that came through looking at the work? Did the music help you at all? Did it impair your ability to really study the work? And feel free to move closer.
It seems strange. I kept thinking about reverence. And here's a woman that, of course, her life is difficult. She's a painter in the wrong time. But at the same time, Toulouse-Lautrec always painted things with a lovingness towards his subjects. And here look at her jaw. She's so determined. If that hangover was there, she put it there not out of suffering, but because she felt like a drink. I mean, she hasn't done her hair. She has no coquettish movement in her. She's just sort of in her own thoughts. It's like she's sitting there in a gold frame, but she's in a bar tired. It's such a strange juxtaposition of this person and who she is. And it's like we want to revere her struggle, but I find myself loving her for her stubbornness.
Christina, I feel the music and the voices, the way they come together and apart. They make me feel more than the narrative in the picture, the actually doing of the picture and doing of the self. I feel like the voices and the brush strokes reflect on one another, and the shining in the bottle and the glare in the tablecloth, and it all comes together like, not like if I was here watching this woman artist sitting and sulking or whatever. I just feel there. I feel being part of the painting, being painted and being seen. And the volumes and harmonies and work make me see more the actual making of the picture, the video. But this is an artist speaking, and I can't help but it enhances the experience of the picture. So I've seen this picture so many times, but I never saw it like I saw it now. It was like one picture painted on top of the other.
Are sort of performing for men, but they have their own life. And that's true with all of them. I mean, even the sort of Susan ones, they're on display, but you don't know what's going on behind the scene there, and somehow the music helped to bring that out.
She's watching a scene that's very different from the music, and her own, at a level of her present thoughts, they're very different. She couldn't produce that music, but it's like a mantra. It gives her courage to go forward.